Hi, my name is Karen Kingsbury, and this is Mosaic Arts Online. In this online course, I am going to teach you how to make your very own head planter. We'll start with a simple styrofoam base and proceed to turn it into one of these types of mosaic heads. You'll be the designer, and I will provide you with all the tips and techniques to make your own mosaic head planter. I'll teach you how to hollow out the heads and make them suitable for live plants by putting in a drainage hole. I'll show you how to make the base and how to apply mesh and cement to the heads. Don't worry, it's not as messy or scary as you might think. After our head is cured and ready, we will begin to examine how to create our mosaic. We'll start with the eyes and then move to the mouth and the other features. This is when you'll see your face come to life. It's very exciting. I'll also teach you how to create different types of hair and go over skin, tones, and direction of your tesserae for the most advantageous effect. Once those areas are covered, I'll show you a few different ways to decorate the base by putting cups, dishes, and sparkly bits to make the clothing, collars, and buttons. There's a pictorial section on how to grout these types of planters, and once your planter is grouted, it can live forever as the most unique and creative garden art imaginable. There's a PDF included in your course with all the tools, materials, and resources to create our mosaic planters. So, let's get started.
Karen, thank you so much for coming to Mosaic Arts Online. What a great course that you've brought here.
Thank you. I love teaching it, and I love how each one turns out so individually and so awesome.
Well, yeah, I have to say, I mean, we have already shot the course as we're sitting here now with a lot of the finished parts, but this is a personality course where each of these characters come to life in their own way. And as you saw in the intro, they do go from this styrofoam head all the way to these incredible personalities. So before we get into more of the course, give me a little bit of a background of how you got started and how these came to life for you.
All right. Well, I'm a mixed media garden art
That's a great way to
person,
put it.
and I love experimenting. I always have with different media. So concrete has never scared me. I liked playing with it. Wood, jewelry, clay, ceramics, and I naturally fell into mosaics and decided this was, for me, such a great way of demonstrating all of it in one kind of a piece.
Right, and it's all good for the garden and can live forever the way that you do it.
Yes, I'm a big fan of putting things in the garden, not just for prettiness, but also how cool is it to be able to put plants and have these little folks peeking out at you as you're wandering through your garden. And honestly, after a while, you talk to them. It's true.
Laverne, it's Jasmine, this is Flo, and this is Jessie.
Yes.
So yes, there are names to these that you do love to talk to. So tell me a little bit about this course for like beginners, intermediates. I mean, it does look a little like there's a lot involved, but it really can be broken down that a beginner could do this.
Right, I agree. So we just start with the basic head shape, which, by the way, is extremely affordable and extremely easy to find.
Yeah.
And so we're not going to go too fancy into headgear in this course.
Right.
We're just going to go back to basics, so then we can, shoot for more complicated things later. But we just take something really simple, and with just a few tools, not very many at all, the process is pretty easy for a beginner, an intermediate student, and an advanced student of mosaic art. So I wouldn't be afraid to do this at any stage of your career.
Good. And yeah, that is just something to be clear about. We are showing you some examples that have heads on them, hats on them. There is no hat lesson in this course. That will be covered in an advanced one that we will shoot at another time. But you will learn how to get Laverne done, and including this amazing hair technique, which is really cool. Which leads me to my next question to you, because you all see epoxy sculpt sitting here. Can you tell me why you like epoxy sculpt better than thin set? And it's a really good answer.
I am kind of an adhesive junkie. I love looking at different ways that things stick. And I'm also a person that likes to sell my art, and I like to try to figure out ways to do things efficiently and quickly. Now, I do use thin set, but once I discovered epoxy sculpt as an adhesive, it was a game changer for me, especially on things that have these shapes. And what I like to do is figure out, well, if it's a big piece, then maybe I could do hair with thin set. But what I found, especially for the face, is epoxy sculpt helps me hold the tesserae in place, move them around, and keep everything clean. And so there's not a lot of mess as far as that's concerned. You just want to use the simple skill of using gloves when you use it, but it couldn't be easier to mix it up, apply it, and go from there.
And it's exterior grade, so it's great for being in the garden, and then once you learn how to grout it, you really do have something that is never going to crack, never going to fall apart. And so this really is a game changer, and it lets you work, like she said, in a less messy way, and you can move things around. You're not as committed for a little while before it hardens. So I really am excited that this is a big component to working with these planters and what you teach. So I can't thank you enough for coming to Mosaic Arts Online and bringing this super unique, super fun, and super functional online course.
Absolutely. You can put real plants in here.
Yeah.
I'm just demonstrating with artificial ones, but at home, these gals get used.
So thank you so much.
You're welcome, and I really hope that all of you out there that take this course will share with me your efforts and what you come up with, and join the Facebook group for students of Mosaic Arts Online, because I can't wait to see what people come up with.
I agree. Thank you.
You're welcome.